What kind of first business should I launch in 2021?
What kind of first business should I launch in 2021? My opinion about this is you should launch the business that you are the most familiar with, or maybe something that is as close as your passions as possible. Like if you are really passionate about playing guitar, or maybe just sharing stuff around accountability or accounting or something, I think that's a nice way just to start making content about these ideas. And just after creating a few content about this, publish it on YouTube, publish it on Instagram, and almost every single where, and also on TikTok, which is a really nice place to be right now. But I think if you launch something around your passion, that's probably the most important thing, because launching a business is a tough thing, guys. It's a really, really tough thing. I started it probably 11 or 12 years ago. My first business, I launched it 12 years ago. And it's been an adventure, a real adventure, a journey. And to be honest with you, thankfully, I was really, really, really enjoying what I was doing back in the days, because it was really tough. I had really bad moments when I was just getting starting, and basically I had no money. It was really hard. And if you are not passionate, that's going to be an issue. You won't last in the long run, and that's going to just fail, and you're going to be a failure in that business that you are going to launch. So I think being passionate is the most important part of it. But eventually, if you're not passionate and you have an expertise or something like you're already doing and living, or you're just doing a job or something. If you have a job, try to find a way to create content. It's all about content every time, content. And just after this, try to just offer your service on the internet around this job. That's probably the easiest way just to start this business. And I think that's it. That's the most important part.
So what you would suggest really is for anyone who's wanting to start a business, is to take, I don't know, for example, say you like making jewelry. What you would suggest to do is post videos about you making it, or talk about how the process of such items.
Exactly. Then, just document what you are doing. If you like creating and making jewelry, basically record the process, record what you're doing to make it, and just share it on the internet. And eventually, after a few days, a few weeks, or even sometimes a few months, or even years, you are going to get traction. You are going to get people on your channels, on your thing that you are sharing, and basically you will be able to offer them your service. Because if you show them what you are doing, and if they like what you are doing, at the end they will be probably they will probably buy something from you. And that's the idea.
Yeah, because there is quite a lot of truth behind what you're saying, actually, because I just remembered a lot of my friends during lockdown, they started making jewelry. And I just thought, oh, that's pretty cool. They're starting their own little business. And then a few weeks ago, I checked one of their profiles, and one of them has like 7,000 followers on their jewelry page. And I looked at their content, and they're just documenting a lot how they create it, the methods, and all of that. And it's just gotten a lot of traction. And this is purely off Instagram, a platform that hasn't got that much organic growth. Like, it's really hard to grow organically.
Especially on Instagram.
To see that they've grown so much and they're actually starting to sell a lot of products is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, if you're just getting started, for some people, it's gonna take a longer time. For some people, it's just 3 months to get 7,000 subscribers. For other people, it's probably 1 year or 2 years, or even 5 or 10 years sometimes. But eventually, what's really important is that you like what you are doing, that you are passionate with this thing. So I think it all comes down to one thing: passion, and then document what you are doing. That's pretty much it.
And to stay consistent as well, I think is pretty important.
Yeah, consistency is the second most important thing. When you are passionate and when you have consistency, you create content on a regular basis. It should work. It must work. There's no other way. It must work. If you are doing the things correctly with a strategy and you have your end goal in mind, that's going to work. Just keep going, never give up. And I know that sounds a bit cliche, but it's the truth, guys. It's the truth. You have to be consistent. And that's a really nice point you just mentioned. Yeah.
Well, yeah, also some people overlook the fact that every piece of effort you put into something is eventually going to snowball, because say you've created 100 pieces of content and each piece of content you get like 100 views, and maybe that piece of 101 content goes viral. That's just going to snowball all your content, and that's just going to keep snowballing and snowballing, and then all your old videos might get loads of traction.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing about the internet. When you create content on YouTube, on a blog, or even a podcast or something, the more content you publish, the most likely you are to get known. And that's going to snowball at some point. Even if you're just getting 1 view or 2 views every 2 days on one video, if you just post 10 videos every single month or every single year, at the end of the year, that's going to be a ton of views. And at some point, you will have your viral video. And what's really interesting about the viral video is that everybody's just hunting and chasing for the viral video. But by definition, a viral video is not predictable. You can't predict it. You have to just produce, and the more you produce, the more likely you are to just get your viral moment. And I think that's the biggest mistake when you are getting started. Never try to get your video viral. It's really hard to just produce it, and by definition, it's not possible. So just produce content, be passionate, and produce.
I think one also really important thing to take into account is, I kind of talk about this in my YouTube video on my own private channel on Thursday, is you got to also take into account the social media's algorithm. Because when Instagram Reels launched, for example, I produced a lot of content on TikTok. As soon as Instagram Reels launched, I was reposting my most popular content onto Instagram Reels, and it took me over 27 videos before one of my pieces of content reached over 10,000 views. Even though the content I was posting was performing well on TikTok, it wasn't performing well on Instagram because their algorithm had to like see what was good.
Different.
All of that.
It's different. Yeah. It's different. And also the timing is different. When you are publishing your video on TikTok, maybe there's someone on your video at the moment you just publish it that is going to really like it. And at this moment, the algorithm is just going to make it happen and make it viral. But on the other side, if you just publish the same video that has been really, really successful on TikTok, and if that person is not on Reels or Shorts or whatever the place is, that's not going to happen. Or maybe it's not going to happen. Like, it really depends. It depends about so many things. Algorithms are really hard to just understand, and there are so many factors to take into account. It's really hard to get it. So the best way to get known, the best way to get this viral moment is basically by producing more content. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.